let's invite the presence of God into our midst. Please join me as we rise for the opening prayer. And to take us in the opening prayer is our co-founder at Arbon Harvest and Homes, Ms. Joy Adebayo. Please let's appreciate her as she joined me on the stage. Thank you.
Jesus, thank you, Father, thank you for this day. Thank you for our life. Thank you for giving us all the way. Thank you as we start the day up with the talk. We invite your presence to this gathering, everything we're discussing, everything we're doing. That's what wisdom for us to assimilate and to gain more insight from the free word summit in Jesus' name. Jesus' name.
Thank you very much, ma'am, for that short and powerful word. Okay, please, I would like our gentlemen to move to the front, please. Thank you. So that those that will come later will take the back seat. Please, let's move forward. Okay, thank you very much. Okay, I'm sure many of us want to know the purpose of Greenwell Summit. To me, why Greenwell Summit, and how did it start, what's the meaning of this gathering? And so, to take us on that, to tell us the purpose of Greenwell Summit, is no other person than the Director of Agriculture and Logistics, Mr. Stephen Aboyemi. Please let's clap for him as he comes to the stage. We call him Ogo.
Alright, I think it's still morning. Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much. Sorry, 12:02, alright. Good afternoon. Here we see you, co-founder, director. All right. Welcome. Good afternoon, everyone. On behalf of Arbon Harvest and Homes, I would like to extend a warm welcome to our CEO, our co-founder, our esteemed directors, our bidder owners, and all distinguished guests. Thank you so much for coming. It's an honor to have you here today for this beautiful edition of Greenwell Summit. As we gather here, I want to assure you that all necessary protocols will be observed to ensure a smooth and enjoyable experience for everyone. So, on the topic, the right way to do agriculture, the best way to do agriculture in Nigeria and the rest of Africa. This discussion is particularly relevant as we explore ways to harness, the power of culture to drive growth and development in our communities. This summit has been designed to expand our minds and broaden our perspectives on wealth creation, on agriculture, and sustainable development. We are privileged to have an impressive line of speakers who will share their insights and expertise with us today. So please sit back, relax, and be ready to thought-provoking ideas and inspiring conversations. I'm very confident that this summit to be a blessing to all of us, and I look forward to a productive and enriching discussion. So thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Stephen. Alright, just like he has rightly said, it's going to be a thought-provoking event. Yes. Okay, so we are so glad that we are all here, and the transformation is going to begin now. To start with, to light the fire in our hearts, we are going to be having our first speaker. He'll be giving us a keynote speech for 12 minutes. So I'm going to read out his bio. Mr. Olubunmi Jimoh is the Operation and Production Manager of Avant Organic Farms and Foods, formerly known as Shanghai Nigeria Limited, and also the Executive Manager of Praxton Integrated Services Limited. He has a total of 15 work experience in agribusiness management. His academic background started from animal production and health science, Then he went on to do masters in animal science and another masters in agri-business management. I'm sure this is just an overview, but he's a powerful man. And so with a warm welcome, let's begin as we bring on stage Mr. Oluwakemi Jimoh. Please let's give happy birthday. Thank you.
Good afternoon. I'm happy to be here this afternoon, and I thank Adam for the opportunity to come and address people that have interest in my business. My name is Oluwakemi Jimoh. I live here, and I am an animal scientist from Nigeria. I should be a doctor. That's one of the reasons me and my dad we are not public today. But TPS medicine, you know, when you fill your JAMB form and want to submit. My father, before going to school that day as a teacher, he wrote medicine and surgery and gave the option 2 for me to fill. So I TPS medicine and surgery and animal production and health before writing medicine and surgery as an option. But today I'm not regretting that action. And that is because I am enjoying my business. So today, I want us to be ready to understand how to do business. How to do agriculture. I think that is the topic, right?
The right way.
The right way to do agriculture. But the day of mind that you are not doing agriculture, you want to do agribusiness. So please kindly get ready to see the opportunity in agribusiness and to see the opportunity in this our environment, in this our Nigeria that everybody is struggling to survive. The opportunity are just enormous. Thank you for this. All right. To introduce ourselves to what agribusiness is, I want us to know that whatsoever you have known before about agriculture may be wrong and may be very right, because I cannot say I'm devoted of knowledge that I understand everything, but I want to know that before you leave this place today, you will be more motivated to do agribusiness. Now, if you remember, almost all of us from background, we have been farming. If not you, your father, or our generation or ancestors. What they are actually doing then is just farm. They are not doing business. If you look around, if you look at companies that are doing agribusiness that are making it in Nigeria, let me mention it. Olam, Obasanjo, CHR, Farm Support, Agritech, Zatec, Shoga, that I represent. The only thing you can point to is that they are doing business. The only people that are making it in all those companies while they are surviving is because the owner and the people managing it are doing business. They are not doing agriculture. The moment you have it in mind that you want to do agriculture, you have failed already. The moment you have it in mind, you that I want to farm, there's money in farm. The moment that you even mention farm, it is an error. Just say, I want to do business. And that is why I say, before the end of this lecture, we should move away from the right way to do agriculture to the right way to do agribusiness. From my experience, if you go to any farm, I just wish this place can we project it? Please kindly project. If you have visited any farm before, yam farm, cocoa, you know cocoa yam farm, or people that are having poultry bed behind their house, if you ask them, how many chick will you produce this year? They don't have an answer. If you ask your father, Dad, this family you are doing, how many bags exactly will you have at the end of this year? I bet you they won't give you the right answer. What you will get is, if God bring us good rain this year, we should be able, that is a failure. Now, let me take us to a practical way to do our business before I go into the projects. If you go to the market, you want to buy tomato, and you see 5 fruits of tomato, and they are selling 500 naira, and you feel that 500 naira for this tomato, it's appear they are cheating you. The first thing you have discovered is a problem to solve. If you discover that problem to solve, then you have business to run. No, now the first step to take is not going to farm. That is the mistake that most of them make. Going to farm that tomato, that is not the first step. The first step is, how much money can I make from this tomato? How much money? Because I know most of us we are more turned to agribusiness than agriculture. If it is those farmers that I'm talking to, I will need to start working from explaining what agriculture means, what agribusiness means. Now, please, can you? Yes, go. Please go to slide 2. We need to understand what agribusiness is, and that is where we can make money from it. As I'm not the owner of this product, out of the 2 million plus, I think it's 2 million and 50,000. I made close to 400,000. I don't have this product. I don't produce it. In fact, the last time I met the owner of that product was last year around November, and I'm here. So it's just about moving with trend. It is business. When you see that tomato, what should come to your mind is, I want to sell tomato, Abi, and I want to make money from it. The first question is not, let me go and farm tomato. The first thing is, how much will I make? That's how much you want to make. What will it replace? If you are a salary earner, say 250,000 is your salary. At the end of the year, your whole salary is about 4 million. If that idea want to replace your salary, it should be okay. Can I make 10 million from this? If it is 10 million, how many of this seed will I need to make that 10 million? That how many number of seed will get you to know that how many stands should you plant that will not give you that fruit? Did you see the progress? Now, from how many stands to how many acre of land will occupy that stand? To, okay, land, if I need so acre, will I get it where I am? Say for instance, you are in Agege and you have that concept. Definitely the answer is no. So, how do I get people to now supply me? Will now be the second option. Now, imagine if your first idea is, let me plant. You will be planting and you will get the land, and I get the land in maybe somewhere in Delta State. Forgetting that logistics will eat your profit. Before the end of this discussion, we should be able to understand what agribusiness means. If you understand what agribusiness means, you will know that any youth complaining that there is no job in this country, that youth is a fool. But I will not call you a fool now because you don't do it. But after this, and you see somebody saying there is no job or there is no job opportunity, you will wonder if the person really knows what is happening in our environment. Be able to explain some mistake that lead to a business failure. Some people thought they are doing a business, but if it is truly a business, it is very unlikely that it will fail. I'm not saying 100%, very unlikely. But some people, they do agribusiness and they fail. So that for us to know how to do something right, we should be able to know how not to do it. Or how to do it and fail. It's just like you are using opposites. If I want to do it right, let me see people that are doing it wrongly. So that I can avoid those mistakes. Right approach to the agribusiness. How do you approach it? I mentioned it that the approach should be business. You should be able to punch your calculator any idea that comes to your head and say, this is what I'm going to make. That punching of calculator is what that is going to guide you to know how to plant. Let me give you an example. Have you visited any poultry farm? They are very farm. Seeing that it is only one thing that we have. He said, not tell you that this is not business. The word business, you have to be busy throughout. If you have one pen, your best will be one bash. They will get old at the same time. You will sell them up the same in a day, and you will be out of business for another 2-3 months. That is not business. If you want to plant maize, for example, and you want to become a millionaire in planting maize, your farm plantation should not be just one batch. Immediately it is one batch, the business is off. You have to be producing throughout. For instance, we are not currently cultivating. It is sweet compound, but it is business understanding that makes us understand that we should be cultivating now, because everybody is cultivating. We have other things that will not compete with us because we don't want to maximize our profits. Understand the importance of steps to take to consider when deciding on the desired value chain. Like we know, agribusiness, like I made reference to an example that I've sold a product of about 2 million this month, and I don't have product. It's just one. It's being an agent. If you check online now, say you want to buy on GG. So why this agribusiness? You will see Jim Oluwatomi. Before you see 2-3 products, you see my product. So why is agribusiness product? And I don't have those products. I don't have them. I'm a salary earner, but I am making the money. I also have farm that I have not visited in the last 1 year. It is agribusiness understanding that make me put my money into it and make it run. Then understanding the family. I don't want to just return and come and say, hey, agribusiness is money, everything is good. We should know that there are challenges because ordinary a single policy by federal government can change everything. Let's take for example, if Buhari block rights like it did, and it was the policy was enforced. Look at what Tinubu is doing. They are even using a pass. Now, if you want to bring rights to Nigeria now, you just need a pass. You bring it in for you. And that is going to affect in-house production. How do you position yourself in the value chain that any of the policy will not affect you? I'm talking about large scale now, not small level agribusiness production. Now let us define agribusiness. Agribusiness from the word. Business is the effort and the activity of a person who is producing goods or services with the intent to sell them for profits. That profit is your drive. If it is not bringing ego, don't do it. If you want to raise bed just 200 at your backyard and your wife say, let's start it here so that I will eat chicken, just know that that business is dead. Don't produce even what you love to eat. Some people they say, do what you love, not in business. So, the moment you are, if you look at those people that are going in business, the moment they open the shop, they are hungry, but they don't want to use the money of yesterday to eat. It is common in Alaba market. They don't want to use yesterday money to eat until they sell today. Go and buy me food. They want to eat from the profit, not from the running cost or optional cost, because that intention to make profit will die. So let profits drive you. like I said I'm not planting sweet corn now, even though they are disturbing me. If you have sweet corn of 10,000 hectares now, I have husband that will buy it. But personally, I just look at the margins though. Everybody's competing with me because there is rain. I want to use my irrigation to plant when they cannot compete again. I will now make about 500% profit. If I plant it now, they make it 70, 60 something percent. It is low. 70% is huge when it comes to livestock. Using frozen chicken like we do, and they are making 70% by which. But 70% is small change in crop. Small change. In fact, 70% are not great. It's 70%. Because it doesn't make sense. I am making 4 million and the profit is 70%. And I am making 1 billion in livestock and the profit is 1%. I'll be better 4%. Because it's about the volume. Money is there. It's not, I'm not going to use the money. It is the money that I want to spend. So, meaning that with this definition, profit should be number one. The money itself that you want to make. Then you now think, oh, which market will now take it? Where will I sell it to? Am I selling as a retailer or to distributor? Then you will now say, okay, how do we get to the buyer? It should be the process. But wrong process is to think about, tomato is expensive now. Let us plant tomato. It is finished. You are not doing business again. Because, let us see the scenario. Because you start with this, you develop a business plan, you develop a facility study, you will know how much it's going to cost you. You already know the capacity of land you needed. You already know the cost of seed. That is going to guide you because you already know the volume that is coming from to even know if this market will take it or not. If by the end of the day, 10 million is what is driving you, and you need to sell 50 baskets every week to make the 10 million, and you are looking what is driving you to sell to 2 women in front of your house, you know you have missed it already. Imagine you started from this place, you have cultivated it already, and you did not consider it true. Then when the thing is ready, your tomato will be wasted. Nobody will buy it because you did not drink from the angle of the profit. I hope we are clear.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
So, business plan, feasibility study, the profits, the margin, how do you get labor, who is going to help you to do the investment, that is the first thing. Then, the market. If you invest and somebody is telling you don't worry about the market, please, as an investor, try to ask questions. Where are we selling this thing to? You can help them. Do you get it? Then, logistics, how is going to get to the final consumer. Then you now go and invest. Next week, I want to open our mind to something. Look at this fruit very well. This is our best product in Chonga, Nigeria. Pawpaw, ordinary pawpaw. This is the product we use to sell other products. Now look, if you visit any farm and you see pawpaw like this, in a straight line, beautiful like this. Next page, please. And you see this one. Which one will you say make agribusiness sense out of the two? The first one. This. Vote, let's vote. If you go for one, say aye. One. This, if you are voting for this, say aye. This second page, say nay. May have it. I am the Apollo. The answer is you can't tell. You can't tell. The question is true back to me is which market? Which market? For instance, citing this purple and this purple, you will know that they are different. They are not the same thing. It is possible the taste is even different. It is possible the demand is different. It is possible this one, when you open it, it is not even reddish and attractive. So, this can be the answer the other one can be the answer. What will give you the right choice to choose is, will the market buy it? For instance, you say this purple. What's the name of it? This one is very royal. This one is very royal. This one is called this one is Maradona. This Maradona is the best for us. But to the redistributor is the second one. Because they sell per piece, not per, it is beautiful, it is big, it is long. But if you want to buy it, you want to put your hand to this big one, but it is not sweet. So people that already know it, even though you bring this one, they will see the way it's purple. They will look, they are looking at purple, they say, oh, this is not purple. And people come from Lagos State with their boss, come and load it in Osun State. And we have never, in fact, we use purple to tell them that if you are not buying egg, we are not selling purple to you. They want to buy purple, so we will use purple to sell frozen chicken. We use purple to sell juice. We use purple to sell anything because it's our best product. So imagine somebody now have a dream and told us, don't plant purple again. What is the person telling us? The person is telling us to leave the business. Yeah. So, in agribusiness, you should know what drives your market. That is the point. Yeah. And you should not judge anything by saying, it looks beautiful, it looks ugly. Me, I don't like it. It is not your business. It's not you that want to eat it. It is not for you. I work with one man, I don't want to mention his name. He was contested as governor of your own state. He loves eating meat. And we are into beef, pork, we are producing. This man, if you see him eating meat, you wonder if you want to die. Plenty meat. At a point, I just say, oh, no wonder. Livestock unit is not making profit. The man I'm serious, he will eat like, he will forget that this man is a rich man. He just stopped eating. I changed it, I said, sir, eating meat is not a problem. But you have to ask my Obasanjo. Have you seen Obasanjo in his farm before? If no matter who you are, if you are working with Obasanjo in his farm, the moment you say, I like this chicken, he will tell you the price immediately. He will not say carry it, no matter who you are. You say, it is 5,000. In fact, he will exaggerate the price because he know your worth, he know your value. That is how business work. I told the owner, you are the owner of this business. Sir, anything you want to take now, we will send it, but you pay. And his consumption of meat reduce. So, that's why I said you should not because, yam is our business. And yam is not selling where you are. Because it's your business, you want to sit doing yam. Okay, your money will go. So, next please, let us take this thing home. Smart, the word smart. This is what is going to save us and help us to make money in Nigeria. If you don't remember anything, remember the word smart. If you want to do agribusiness, if they introduce any agribusiness to you, have money like that tomorrow, and you want to invest, remember SMART. SMART. S stands for specific. The goal should target a specific area of improvement or answer a specific need. Say for instance, you are producing purple, for example. And someone will say, no, it's good. Plant maize. This is also good. And you just listen to that. Without asking yourself the word, the first word S. Does this maize align with this thing that I am already doing? If it doesn't align, believe me, that's the maize will kill the purple. The distraction it will cost you. You will just discover one day they harvested, you sold purple. Like we used to sell our purple twice a week, Tuesday and Thursday. Imagine your corn is now ready on Saturday. You will just notice that you are stranded. Who are we going to sell this maize to for now? Because it's not in your plan. It's not in the feasibility study. It's not in your target market. It's not in your target customer. That is one. Two, nutritionally, it means you start competing. And you will wonder, third year, you start shouting on your supervisor, we are not making profit. What is going on? Not knowing that you are the one that brought the problem. I'm just using purple and maize for example. It cuts across. So any option or any new one you want to do in agribusiness, ask yourself, does it align? What is the specific problem that this one want to solve? Is it going to add to my money? Okay, the problem of space. The space is wasting away. What is the value of that space? Do we get it? Measurable. I'll make an example of it. If what they are telling you, like food decibels, I know, I myself, Moshe. Nobody, and I don't like risky business. I did business, and I made money. It's not I'm hard money, but I'm just saying, business like CBS is not business. Business like CBS, it is a project that will definitely end. There's a slight difference between business and project. There is, and the business is that when you start a business, if you are not saying that business that you want to hand it over to your children, it's not business you are doing. If the business looks like something that is going to be aborted along the line, it's not business. If your children cannot inherit it, it's not business. Business is something that is going to serve you for life. Just like this, our land investment something. It's a business that it is going to be there. And doing agriculture among it is going to be there. But in a business way, a project, anybody that did project management, I have a certificate. Even though I'm not doing project. It must have a specific beginning and end. So don't do it thinking you are doing business. It has to be relevant. Any idea, it has to be relevant to your area, relevant to what is happening in Nigeria, relevant to you, relevant to the environment. If somebody like I will resign from NOLA Group just because the idea they brought to add to us is not relevant. That is why I resigned. The man said we should be planting asparagus, broccoli, all those exotic vegetables that is not indigenous to us. And we will now be extracting, this meat. We will now be extracting the liquid, extracting the oil. This is a fantastic business. In fact, the profit margin is huge. But I say, okay, let us do pilot scheme. We need to plant this exotic vegetable in Nigeria. I'm the one that submitted the feasibility study, but I am the one that will run it. Let us do pilot. 1 more acre is enough. I said, no, I've talked to people. They've invested. They've given their money from Mexico. My friend, who like that, I said, it's better you give them their money than when they come. When I noticed that the man want to implicate me, our head office is Adeola Odeku. Adeola Odeku in Lagos. But the farm is in Ondo State and I'm the head in Ondo. I did my calculation that and all our address is showing Ondo. I said, if these people want to come and beat somebody, it's me that they will come and beat in Ondo. I said, okay, I'm not doing it. Just because that idea, no matter how good it is irrelevant to what we are doing. Because we are already doing something and making profit. And I said this right step to it is to test wrong. Most of the projects in this area, in this vicinity that is going on, you see, before they now say invest, it is business that they are already doing. That is when you can now put your money. Do you get it? It has to be time bomb. When am I going to make my money? And I'm sure all of us know how to answer that question. That one is very easy. When is my money coming? Which day is payday? If it doesn't say, if God dies by the next 8 years, you should be immediately I hear that we invest. Don't even do it. it has to be so percentage. At once, they can play with the percentage. Okay, you may not make 70%, 20%, 30%. That's different because business has ups and downs. So let me go to the next week and drop because I noticed because I know I can't finish this slide. Why are the business struggle and fail? Why? So that if you know the reason why they fail, you'll be able to do your own right in the right way. And the business fail because many people are approaching it wrong. For example, let's say there's opportunity to plant oil palm. Maybe your grandfather gave you a land and you want to plant oil palm, and you go and borrow Lapo money to plant oil palm. In fact, you second week just start running. So start running because they collect their money weekly. So the point I want to make is that it depends on the kind of capital in your hand. That is one of the reasons. Some people invested money, they loan from bank to go and invest in one of the business in the value chain that the money will not come on the 3 months. Whereas they will start paying second week, third week, or second month. The business has collapsed already. It's not as if they are the one that made mistake. I didn't make profit from this business. It is because you use wrong money to do that project. Do you get it?
Yes, sir.
Now, knowledge gap, number one. Knowledge gap. All the things that I've explained is because they don't know. And the knowledge gap is very wide. I can show you a slide. Please go down. Down this slide. Come on. You see this? This is the farm. You see this farm now? What is wrong with this farm? This is arable crop. This is what agroforestry, where they plant their pineapple, the plantain, and cocoa. This is agroforestry to this extent, all true. This is their snail pen. This is their piggery. This is their poultry. This is their generator plant. Here is the security. This is the entrance. This is the security. This is the sales point, so that the security can monitor it. This is office. This is sorting and grading. Whatever they harvest, they want to sell. This is sorting and grading. This is the arable crops. Arable crops are the tomato, pepper, those ones that are 4 months. This is the manure production, where they produce their manure. Because it is need to be organic, they produce the manure, they turn it to fertilizer, and this is the fish pond. Now, before you answer the question, this is the land slope. The land slope and tilt down. This is east, this is west, this is north, this is south. Please, in a minute, what can you say is wrong with this farm? Anybody pick up? Just quote one. You just quote one. One. Just one. Okay.
I guess positioning of the poultry.
The
Positioning of the poultry pen. I think the poultry pen should be situated in an east-west direction.
Any other one?
Fish pond.
Fish pond. What is wrong with the fish pond, sir?
I mean, the land is low. So the runoff is affected.
All right. A lot of things wrong with this farm. If I enter this farm with my 15 years experience, I know this business will not survive 5 years. Bring 10 billion, they will run backwards. The money they will see is like one time when I joined Shogai, my executive director will say, "Where is my money going? Somebody is stealing from us." I will just be laughing. And she is the problem. She is the problem. Because one of the projects, we have many projects. This is a project. This is a project. The whole thing is a business. It's a project because you can cut it off, but the business must remain. You can say, okay, this grading, we are just doing for a while. Next, we have a satellite market like we do. Our frozen chicken. I don't know if you have seen our frozen chicken. Familiar, we have been producer. I'm not doing marketing, please. So we can move it out of the farm. So it can be there temporarily. We all know. But if you see this farm, this business will swallow Nigerian money. Any farm set up like this, bring the whole Nigerian money, it will sink and disappear. Number one, the most critical one is that's school. Putting fish on here make logical sense because that is the place. Because the thing is slope downward. That is the place we get enough water. I mean, for the fish, because you want water. But that is a problem because you put manure here. A single rain that wash up this manure and enter this one, your fish will die. Or if they die once, you are lucky. In fact, you're supposed to even go and do Thanksgiving that God, I thank you, all the fish die once. I'm serious. If they die once, you are lucky because you will sense where your problem is. In our own case, in Shanghai, when I joined, they don't die. They are there, they are fine, they are looking good. But we never make profit. Each batch, they are making 8 million, 6 million, 8 million, lost. Each batch, we stock 40,000 every month.
40,000.
Yes, we stock 40,000 every month. So, the thing is, the problem is eating them, blowing wind, just like a putele. So, you can see that it is more dangerous than the die ones. When the fish die once, you know, oh, this reason we have to stop it, Abi. But this one, it will not die. It will not grow. It will be eaten. See, you get it. So, that is number one. Number two is what they mentioned. This is still okay. Because ordinarily, it's supposed to be southeast. The way it's situated, southeast. That's how it's supposed to be. Not north-south. Because wind actually blows like this. Wind blow from east to west. However, another problem of this time, you mentioned it already, that position. You see this positioning. When sun rises in the morning, from the west, from the east, half of this pen will have the lights. The sun will be shining into the pen. Meaning that if you are doing broiler, you are cooking the broiler alive. Imagine somebody that doesn't attend this one and say, I want to do poultry, and don't even know where south is, and east or west, and just build, carpet and shed preparation, and bricklayer. Your money is gone. You will fire manager tire. You will fire manager tire, and you are the problem. South, when sun rise in the morning, sun will shine to half. East, when your sun wants to red and set again. So, as I'm talking to you now, I'm telling you one of the errors that have cost us 4 billion naira in Shanghai, Nigeria Limited. 4 billion. If you go enter Shanghai today, none of our poultry is stocked. It is down totally. I told them, they didn't believe me. We keep on pushing because I'm not the head, I'm just the number 2. We have the manager, I'm the production and operation manager. So I'm the number 2. We now have executive directors that do not even see what we are doing, but they are the one that is making the decisions. They are the one that say, it's Shanghai. You know Shanghai now, Francophone from France. You know how many billion we used to invest? Until they invited a poultry, maybe that person, that one I'm sure, the man did not have first degree. But because it's on the road, they call them expatriates. When they entered the farm, the man laughed and laughed. He said, see, this is nonsense. I was just moving like a king. And the farm has been existing 8 years. So, Yoruba used to say, Owo Okango. The fact that you have the money does not mean you are smart. If you are not doing it right in the right way, it is going to die. That is when they now say, we are not going to stop again. And they are now building new beds. Because you cannot carry the house. Imagine, you cannot carry the house and change it again like this. It is wrong. When you have, and that money, we call it capital investment. When the capital investment has gone in, you are expecting to be depreciating the house by so years, so that the investor will get the money back. Why? And you are not using it. Imagine the loss. In Shanghai, don't let me. Our poultry pen, the nonsense that the Igbo people built, our poultry pen was plastered and cemented and painted like this. Have you ever seen that sort of poultry before? Money building nonsense. Because you have the money, you want to build a special poultry, you are building nonsense. Don't try it. You don't need that huge money to build. Just the right knowledge, right position. Right position is wrong. That's number one. See generator house close to poultry. You on this generator, believe all your egg is gone. If it is egg. The minute you open the shower, and you are restless for that day. You not even lay that day, the egg will go soft. So who lose and the thing will chop? Because that place where egg is not where the food is going. And they will eat. So a lot of things, if I start measuring one by one, you will continue to see the error and the nonsense. See, this is not operational. This is management. You put 6 months here. You put security here. These 6 months, your money is gone. Because the magic they want to do, they will have done it, bank it, and load it before you get to security. And that is not operational error anymore. Operational is okay. Procurement has procured what they're supposed to procure. You have produced what you're supposed to produce. It's just at the entry point and eating your money. Or out of ignorance, they may not be doing it professionally. So please go back. Let me explain this because I'm drop the mic so that we can ask questions. Business approach. How do we approach it? Business, not agriculture. If it is not coming up when you punch your calculator, that idea is not adding to that calculator, don't do it. I sacked a manager last week. I got to the farm. A manager, I'm about to send we've sent about close to 3 million worth of seed. How many kg are you talking? Ojo you. So. Even though I know Ojo, I myself know. But that nonsense means that he has put what is supposed to have grip on God. Me, I will not do it. The same way, Israel is not praying to God to come and fight Iran. And Iran is not waiting for Allah to fight back. That same way, I will not put your business on nature. If you are not doing irrigation, and you know that you want to do this throughout the year, you are joking. By the time January comes, you are going to carry the thing. It is going to help you to fly it. For technology and innovation, that is where our papa are lagging behind. See now, some people are still using cutlass and hoe. If as you are sitting down, if you want to farm, and you don't even want to use hoe, you don't want to use cutlass, you don't want to even use machine, it's possible. And beside that, there, I did 10 acre for myself as a company business. The 10 acre, the first chemical spray, after 6 months I spray another one. I will not weed because there's no even workers. We are using the public worker before. Now they are money is more valuable than ours, and they have left. So labor is important. So how do you innovate? How do you use technology to achieve what you want to achieve? How will you innovation and technology is what the things that I say I need to do. I don't have any shop. My shop is online. There's no business where I can't enter. I sell gari, I sell yam, I sell cassava seed. I made cassava seed this season. No, I've sold over 20,000 bundles. Over 20,000 bundles of cassava. I don't even have a single stand of cassava. Contact the farmer. The farmer is selling 300 naira. Contact somebody that is going to help me aggregate it and get it together. The person is charging 200 naira per bundle. I am selling at the rate of 700 naira. So you can see innovation, technology. I'm sure 99.9% of our fathers that are doing farming don't do this. External factors and government policies. That is where I'm going to stop. This one, you have limited power. That is why you don't stick to one of value chain. If you want to plant cassava and maize, make sure you know how to do retail of maize or cassava. So that by the time your cassava and maize is ready, you still make extra money by adding logistics. But when you come to external factors, you don't have much power. See, Buhari said nobody should bring milk to Nigeria again. That is why, and that policy has been there since. Nobody is enforcing it. Buhari came and enforced it. All milk producers must produce, their cow must be inside Nigeria. You know, it's a black man. It's boosting the cow business. And many people drop on the business. Many people that, the policy are there, but they have not been doing the policy. Now, imagine, if because you hear that, you now jump in it and invest all your money, make business. See what Tinubu did. Tinubu relax. You can bring your milk. You think now that we're doing external factors and government policy. Thank you.
That was very insightful. Thank you very much. Thank you. Wow. Very insightful. The right knowledge, the right. I'm sure a lot of us have questions for you, so we can just spend the questions down. When it's time for panel discussion, we ask the question. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you for pouring into us. Okay, so to quickly have the next on our agenda is we are going to listen to our next speaker for 12 minutes. And this person was born on the farm. They are doing farm as a legacy, and he has an interesting story. So I'm going to quickly read his profile and we'll welcome him. Mr. Elebeji Omodolapo Wahid is an agri enthusiast with vast skills in animal and crop farming. He is professionally trained at the Federal University of Agriculture, Abeokuta, with experiences up to doctorate degree. He is a member of the board of Elebeji Farms Limited, where the company has its feed mill, catfish farming, and a pig mill. He has been involved in various value chain of the agri enterprise, from farm setup to production processes, management, marketing, and sales. Let me also add, I mentioned it before, that he was born into agriculture and has been doing this for more than 2 decades, and is a very fulfilled man. With a warm welcome, please, I want you to welcome with me Mr. Elebeji Wahid. Please, let's give him a round of applause.
Good morning. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Audience. My name is Elebeji Wahid, and I'm here to speak to us on the right way of doing agriculture in Nigeria and outside Nigeria. I mean, the world of Africa in perspective. I'm always excited to speak to people about agriculture because this has been part of me from inception. Coincidentally, I want us to put this in perspective. I was raised on a farm, a baby that is going on the farm to know what agribusiness is. And then, after going in the farm, I also adopted business personally. I was trained to be a farmer, and my siblings, even our wives, we have friends doing this business of agri. And we have been doing this for more than 2 decades. Doing agri the right way should be a phenomenon which cannot be overemphasized upon, because agri should be a noble cause, because it is morally good, that its benefits to society cannot be overemphasized. Said earlier. Agriculture, as you all know, is one of the earliest occupations of man, because in whatever situation man finds himself, one must at least eat to function properly. However, these things has to be done in the right way, because anything that is not done rightfully will not come out successful. So I want to also put these questions to us. Why do we engage ourselves in agriculture? All agricultural endeavors, in whichever capacity one wants to have it, should be impactful. The impact of agri is the most important reason why we do endeavors in agri. Because agriculture provides job opportunities for rearers of animals and producers of crops. Agriculture also reduces poverty in the society. Agriculture also enhances economic development, because agriculture has spurred economic growth by providing surplus of food for trade and development for agro-industries. Agriculture also impacts in social and cultural changes. Agri form the basis of our culture. For example, when you see a Fulani man around and ask him, what is your favorite food? The man will probably tell you, I love fura, I love kono. Why? Because fura and kono are their indigenous crops. When you see somebody from Oyo, for example, they will tell you, amala is my favorite food. Why? Because they produce cassava flour, yam flour in large quantities around Oyo State. So our culture actually is based on agriculture, and agriculture is the foundation of a settled civilization. Most civilized places we find around us are previously farm states. They are previously farm estates. They are previously people's farm where they go to and do their businesses. So agriculture has the capacity of bringing, let me use this word in Yoruba. They said agriculture, iṣẹ́ àgbẹ̀ máa ń sọ ìgbẹ́ di ilé. Ìgbẹ́ in Yoruba means the farm. Ilé is the home. Agriculture brings about setting up farms to homes. That is what brings about settled civilization. I'll be using my farm experiences in animal husbandry to address the theme of today's discourse, which is catfish production. We are one of the pioneers of catfish production in the rural area of Ogun State, and I'd like to also send a big shout out to one of our audience here who happens to be a farmer close to our farms. I did not know he was going to be here. I did not even tell him about this summit, but as fate would have it, I just found him on the way and he said he's actually coming to this summit. A big shout out to Mr. Adebayo Solomon. So, talking about catfish production, but that is where I'm going to lay emphasis on, because the first speaker had already spoken to us about how agribusiness should be done. Talking about catfish production, what is catfish production?
it entails the production of live catfish. It involves rearing of catfish. That means the bringing about of the fish to the raising of the fish to the point of sales and distribution. All these value chains are specific in their operation. Number one, how do we get your fish seed? Your catfish seed will not fall from heaven, and you will not just go to the river to harvest fish seed for production. Why? Because those ones have been proven not to be fast growing. So you have to know how to produce your seed before you grow it. So growing the catfish now, what that entails is bringing a mature male fish and a mature female fish through artificial insemination for the eggs, and you raise them from there. That is just the fundamental thing. Although there are so many interesting things that are involved in bringing about the baby fish. So once you have your baby fish now, you can now think of how do I feed these baby fishes to get to the baby site. And you know, as it is plain principle in animal nutrition, feeding will go about 70% of your investment in catfish business. So before you think of doing catfish business, you should first think of where do you get the feed for your animals? What kind of feed are you giving your animals? What specifications of nutrient density are you giving to your animals? Because those are the things that forms your success in the business. So moving on, when you now have your fish seed, you think of where do I grow? Even before, let me talk about planning. You need to set out right your farm. If you want to do catfish, you need to plan well. Like the catfish business has various value chains, and you need to adopt a kind of agri model that suits your purpose. For example, some people are doing catfish business and they are not ever on the farm. What they do is just, okay, I have the buyer, you are the seller. I'll just connect the buyer to the seller, and that's not what they do for you. You know, it is still in the value chain of catfish business. So people are on the farm rearing the animals, rearing the fishes. So people will only come and buy, process the catfish and sell to other end users. So people will buy from you and sell fresh in the market. So one has to determine the kind of business one wants to engage him or herself in the catfish value chain business. Moving on, so after planning, if you decide to do catfish business, like you want to raise from the basic, we call baby catfish fingerlings, you know, the fingerlings, and you want to raise to the most size. This is what I'm going to explain on now. So once you have your baby fish, you can now say, okay, I want to raise them in of course, fishes live in water. Where do I raise the animals? Where do I raise my fishes? Is it in ponds? Is it in vats? Is it in tarpaulins? Is it in fiber tanks and what have you? But it has been proven that the best way to raise fish is in earthen pond, because the earthen pond will make the natural environment of the fish, by making them grow better, because they have zooplanktons and phytoplanktons to feed on in the pond. Number two thing is, where do I get water for my fish? Water source is also very important. You want to use water from wells, boreholes, water from the river. But on our farm, what we do, what we make use of is the spring water. That water naturally comes from our farm, and we have been enjoying that for more than 2 decades now. So the water comes out freely, and that is the most crucial way of saving costs on the farm. Has been very, very helpful for us. So you have to study your animals. You have to know what they are. You have to be passionate about them. You check them. You know when they are not feeling fine. Check for check their body if there is any deformity on their skin. You know, you have to like them. You have to be with them all the time. So once you have all of that in place, you think of feeding them rightly. Normally should feed your fishes in the morning and in the evening when they are small, let's say from being 0 to around 3 months. But when they are around 4 months or older, you can decide to be feeding them once in a day. And that will adequate for proper growth and their well-being too. Next, I'll be talking about how our cultivation practices of catfish. Then I mentioned how say management too is also very important. Management of the fish, and you know, anything that is not properly managed will go into waste. No matter how big your investment is on the business, if you don't manage well, you lose the money. One can seek training from people that knows how to do it, you know, or better still, bring in expertise to train you on the job. Because any job that you don't know how to do personally, most times will fail. So it is best to know the fundamentals of what you are going to. So after raising the fish, next is to think of who do I sell to? How do I make money from the business? You know, catfish, you know, produce one will get protein from eating catfish. So catfish is an ever-growing business that will not grow because people need to eat protein to grow healthy. So there are farms that have registered buyers where you can go to ask for, okay, well, I want to sell my market, where do I sell to? I want to take this for processing methods, like you can dry your fish, you know. There are so many various ways where you can actually make money from the fish business. So, what are the risk factors involved in catfish business? Just like any other business, there are risks and there are challenges in business. Number one risk of catfish business is fraud, because most catfish farms are situated around river banks. So when it is rainy season, one has to be careful, or one has to safeguard this or farm properly to avoid flooding from moving away your fish, or running over your farm, or whether you're losing your investment. Other risk factors include disease outbreak, poaching in the farm, inbreeding, because when you are doing business and when it comes to animal production, the most important thing you need to check, even before doing the business, is the kind of animal you are rearing. I mean, the genotype of the animal. Because the genotype and the phenotype of the animal determines the success of the business. When the genotype is right and the phenotypic characteristics too are right, that is the only time you can make money from animal husbandry. What are the phenotypic characteristics? Those include the management, the housing, the feeding, those are the things that determine how the genetic makeup of those animals will be exhibited. If you have a good animal that has a good set of genes, and you don't have the good management system, ultimately the gene factors will go to waste. If you have an animal that has good genes and you are not putting the animal right, of course the animal will not exhibit its genetic makeup. So the gene and the phenotype of these farm animals determines your gains, your profits on the farm. So one should also try and keep reading. What I mean by reading is this: you should not just sit at your farm and feel everything you are doing is the right thing. You should go to other people's farms, see how they are doing stuff, see how they are also making money in ways that you don't know about. You should contact people. You should seek opinions from other farmers, people that are around you doing the same business with you. You should also read up online. There are vast topics on catfish business that I want to read up on and learn from. Continuous learning and adaptation. One cannot just sit at a place and be comfortable. One has to keep learning on the job, because nobody is an island of knowledge. Like I said, agri enterprise is an ever-growing business because it is limitless and fulfilling. If done rightly by putting in hard work, dedication, perseverance, and patience, one will enjoy the benefits of doing agri business. Thank you all for listening.
Let's honor him with a round of applause. So I learned something new from what you said. A lot. But one thing I also learned is that the genotype of the animal determines its softness. Yeah, so I have questions when we get to that. So let's shake the house up a bit. Let's shake up a bit. So we're going to be playing the game, right? And the whole essence is we are not getting who is going to win or lose. Just want to connect, right? Connect and just smile a bit. So I'll need a representative. We have more numbers here than here, but that's fine. I'll need a representative from this group and one representative from this group. So who wants to volunteer? Do you want to call names? I like this smile. Please come, sir. Yes, please. We have someone who is also jealous. Please come forward, sir. Come forward, sir. Please come. Please appreciate that you are representing us. So, I think you can have soft music in the background. Just soft. So, this game is Agro Chariots. And what this is that I'll give him a word. He won't say it. He will not say it. If he says it, the whole group, that is the head. He will describe it, dramatize it, and the group here will echo the word. Do you understand it? Yes. Great. Thank you. I love the audience. They are all agri-related words, so they are not perfect. It's right.
Okay. You can drop your phone so that we can hear you.
You have 1 more minute. Yeah, please invite a round of applause. So you're going to answer me like someone that just harvested great farms, right? Great harvest. Are we ready, Group B?
Yes.
So I love that. I like that. Yes. So what's the next one? Oh, yeah, you got it. Oh, you heard them. No, so that's cancelled already because they said it from this school. Fish. So let's talk about please let's appreciate them as they go back to the room. But let me meet you, sir. What's your name?
Steven.
Mr. Stephen. Alright, thank you so much. You can have your seat. What's your name, sir? Alright, so we played the next game, and this time we want another gender. One female gender from this group and female gender from that group. Okay, let's have representatives. You want me to go? We didn't want so many girls. I don't want to disturb everyone. I don't want to disturb Thank you. Please let's appreciate them. Let's appreciate them. This one is a tongue twister. Yes. So you're going to say these words fast. Cassava cutters cut cassava clean. Check it. When you say it five times, cassava cutters cut cassava clean. Cassava cutters without mincing any word. Are we ready? Would you like to breathe first? Cutters cut cassava cleanly. Alright. So 1, 2, 3, go.
Cassava cutters cut cassava cleaning. 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 Cassava cutters cut cassava cleaning.
What's your name, man?
Amayo.
Okay, nice to meet you. Thank you. So the next one is fertile farmers farm fast things fast. So I want you to pick someone to come and participate from that group. You can pick anyone. Mr. John. Mr. John, let's pick up for Mr. John. You can do it.
You can do it.
Yes.
Father from us, farm to fast. 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 Father from us, farm to fast.
appreciate it. So the final one for this segment, the final game, and we have agreed expert in the house. So I want to plead with our speakers not to say anything. It's a fact of fiction game. So I will say a word, say something around that game. You tell me if it is fact or fiction. Not like is it true or false. But let's use the word fact or fiction. But our speakers, our distinguished speakers will not say it. Alright. Pigs don't sweat. Is it fact or fiction? Pigs don't sweat.
It's fact.
It's fact. Let's give it up for them.
It's fact.
Are we correct, sir?
You know why?
Are we correct, sir?
If you ask why,
Pigs sweat. They said pigs sweat.
they sweat.
Yes.
Really?
Abi? Sorry, pigs don't sweat. That's it. That's it.
Why?
So why? If you ask her, you ask her like that.
Why?
Yeah, you get us.
So let's ask our expert in the house. Why don't they sweat? Mr. Olubi wants to help us.
Because they have too much stuff. They have subcutaneous fat under their skin. That is bloody sweat. So it's not they dissipate heat. It's not as if they don't sweat at all. But it's not something that we see. So when they want to dissipate the heat, they look for cold thing in the environment. And that is why they actually thought pig are dirty. Like the cleanest animal.
Yes.
So that means they don't sweat out like this, right?
Yes.
Yes.
And that is what makes them dirty. They are clean in their mentality. They are clean as actually.
Thank you very much, sir. So the next one is Nigeria. When I saw this one, like, I had to go and check. Nigeria is the largest producer of cassava in the world. Fact or fiction? Correct. It's fact. Let's appreciate ourselves. We are even me, I know it. Please believe in this country. We should give evidence. You can quickly Google it now. Let's Google. That's the evidence. Let's Google. Exactly. This country is great. Please. Are we Googling? Nigeria is the largest producer of cassava in the world. Mr. Steve, am I right? Yes, we are. For facts. So the next one. Have you seen it now?
Wow.
You have seen it, have you? Inshallah. Yes.
It's over 20%.
Exactly.
Yay.
Exactly. We are doing well. We are doing well. So the next one, before the final one. Tomatoes cannot grow in the north of Nigeria. Tomatoes cannot grow in the north of Nigeria. Fact or fiction? Thank you, sir. And the final one. Goats can eat plastic and be fine. Fiction or fact? Fact? Fiction? It's fiction. So let's come our heads together for ourselves. So quickly, I don't know the next speaker. I don't. And so we moving on the agenda. We are gradually moving on. And our next speaker is a distinguished woman. You can turn out the audio. Thank you very much, sir. Our next speaker is a distinguished woman whose life and work embody wisdom, grace, and dedication to our land. Mrs. Oluyinka Odukoya, fondly known as Lady Organics, is the managing partner of Dassault Limited and a matriarch in Nigeria's organic farming movement. With a rich background in secretariat administration, an MBA and years of service in the corporate, including banking and Cadbury Nigeria, she made a bold transition into agriculture in 2009. Wow. Since then, she has become a national and international voice for organic farming, agroecology, and natural health through platforms like Tiwantiwa, Healthy Weight, and N3H Organic Group. She continues to champion indigenous knowledge, food security, and sustainable living. a certified naturopath. I have to check this one as well. And a woman of deep conviction. She inspires communities to return to nature, honor the soil, and grow what we eat. I'd like us to rise. I'd like us to rise. Please, let's rise. Wow. If you can, and help me warmly welcome a mother, a mentor, and a movement builder, Mrs. Oluyinka Odukiya, Lady Organic. Let's be happy, let's be happy.
Thanks for the honor. I have to be here because of you.
Thank you, ma'am.
The reason being that Wednesday we had an emergency in my family. One of my sisters went into coma, and we're praying for her to come out. She's still there, but I just have to come. When Steve told me, apparently it just happened on Wednesday, so there's no way I can cancel it. So I just have to be here to honor you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Honor the dominion. And I know God is taking you to places. If you have my conviction, Nigeria is a blessed country. If you believe it, just with the Nigeria is really blessed.
Yes, ma'am.
In every way. But the people there, they are the cause of our problems. And it's a thing that we can change. Starting from here, I've listened to the two speakers, and I want to stand on all existing protocols to appreciate you, to appreciate your future, and to appreciate your belief. When we're talking about agriculture, we have said a lot. Agriculture is just like you are playing around. You are just growing something. Your friend will come and you give back. But when it is agro-business or agri-business, yes, we are into business. But it's so unfortunate that many people have been scammed, duped. Even I have some children like that. They are not my biological children, but they are my children that they lost so much money into it. But sometimes you don't blame that, because what you don't have, you can't give. What you don't know, you don't know. And that is the problem with us. And I categorize our education in Nigeria into two. We have the school goers, which are 80% of Nigerians that went to school. Then we have the educated people. Why? I'll give you the meaning of the two before I go into my speech, to my projects. Okay, why do we call us the school goers? When you go to school, it's just 1, 2, 3, 4, ABCD. And the ABCD is not our own local intensity to change our future, to change our world. We are copying. So our foundation is wrong, right from primary to where we are now. So as a school grower, we don't think, we don't have vision, we don't have innovation, and that's what is affecting our political class. Then if you are educated, as an educated person or an educationist, you've gone to school grower, but I now said no. I'm not just a school grower. I'm an educated people, educated person, educated human being. That is where you can think. I have a certificate, like I told you. I was trained as a secretary. After that, I went for my MBA. When I lost my job, 2006, my last born was just 5 years old. But I never worked for anybody since then. That is education. You have to think, how do I survive? How do I know? But the majority of us, 80% or 90% of Nigeria, we just went to school. And that's why when they give you the certificate and you don't have a job, you keep crying. Because they did not give us the thinking faculty. They did not give us the innovative idea. We are not visionary. Even as old as I am, I still go to kindergarten Chinese. I look at the Asian kindergarten schools and you see, you marvel. At 3-year-old, a child is cooking, a child is baking. So by the time that child is 15, what do you think of? The Chinese too, they had the same problem. But one day they sat down, and if you read, there's this book that I read, Good to Great. What made America what it is? It's vision. America too was like this. Somebody is doing us. Hey, it's juju. They will say in church. But somebody said, no, let's come out of it. You must have vision. As you. Nigeria is not, even if you japa, is japa easy? If I travel, if it is August, I'm running back. Because the cold will enter the inner part of you. The only country I traveled to, where are you? Can you please give me my bag? I want to show them something. That throughout, no, that one. I brought some things that they can show. That I can show them. It's not this one. There's a raffia bag address. That, yeah, I think it's that one. Yeah. It's only India. And why did I survive? I'll show you. They have this. They serve us throughout the conference. Throughout that conference, we were participants from 256 countries. But throughout, I kept this so that the youth, look at this, help me take it down. This, I call it organic India, but it's from that plant. Every participant, they served us throughout. So, by the time I go back to Nigeria, I did not have any problem. But there's no other country I've traveled to. By the time I come back, it's either I'm in the hospital for this one, or I'm down, I'm with this syndrome. It was a bad time. But when I got it, and I saw it, just from leaves. Just from leaves. But for us, when we're talking about agriculture in Nigeria, plant cassava, plant corn. Well, I just want to move you on that we can have, could you please stop it at the princess so that they can see? We can have a good nation where we can move without even planting cassava or, and like the rightly said, the first person, have good business. You don't need to be a farmer. And if you want to be a farmer, there's diversification. There's biodiversity. So many things that you can just key in. But a major problem, like I was discussing with my boss when she called me, I was so honored to speak with her, and she said, this, what is the first thing they're going to talk about? I said, the first thing I'll tell you, the younger generation, is collaboration. You can't do it alone. So many of us are doing it and have failed. And for you to do collaboration is a tripod stand. Tripod stand, the 3 of you, or the 4 of you, or the 5 of you, you must have the same vision, you must have the same ideology, you must have the same commitment. Because what is breaking businesses in Nigeria is one is so committed, the other one is a money spender, the third one is just like a gas seeker. I don't care. If you are working, you bring the money to the table. You cannot work like that in your generation. If not, you are just moving into poverty. And let me tell you something, no matter what work you're doing now, maybe they're paying you 1 million or 100 million. If you don't begin to look at your future, where will I be when I'm 60? And that is the failure. That is why we are having that attack now. Somebody dropped dead. Because the sickness, I'll give you one secret today that I learned during my nutritional naturopathic training. Anybody that falls ill and it's like it's a serious one, that sickness has been in your system for the past 5 years. I had a similar experience. It is new. So 5 years, so your health must be very, very important. Money is good, but by the time you are 60 and you spend all the money that you have saved to somebody and is telling you that I'm doing humanitarian consultation. That is what the guys from America, from UK, they are doing now. The doctors are coming in. You don't know. So many hospitals. The hospitals in Nigeria will be like churches because now we have separated our system to follow the Western culture that their diseases are already with us. So if you are not careful, at old age, by the time one is 60, as soon as help me, there's something said. There are so many things around you that if you are not careful, that is when they now say, there's snow. My own father died at the age of 63. So my mom died, had diabetes at 42, and died at 87. Then we are told a little bit. But then, when my father died at 63, I was still a baby, like that. Not really baby, but anything. So it was, daddy just died. But when it got to my mother, I said, no, Mama, you can't go like this. And she was with us for 87 years. So it is very possible. Our topic today is basically on agriculture, the right way in Nigeria, the rest of Africa. When you look at your back, please everybody, just come back and look at what I'm saying. No, get there, see. Can you see that? So many countries are looking at it, they don't have it. We have it, but because of our foundational problem, we don't see it. So majority of us are just walking blindly, we don't see it. And we're now looking at how do we do agriculture right in Nigeria and the rest of Africa. West Africa, they are trying, they have so many growths, and in one of their growths is mentor the younger ones, that's committed to the big ones. And apparently, like I was sharing with her, I was the only professional in the sense that I don't work in universities. There are just 6 mentors, but the rest of them are from universities. They are Professor this, Professor that. I'm the only one who gets, who are you? I'm only in California, aka and when they were choosing them, they called people from Kenya because all their forms and everything are being able to touch it. They put her there, she must be there. So somebody will say something in you, but you have to be passionate. If you want to do agriculture, you have to start it. We've taken a wrong step as a nation. And unfortunately, the people that are ruling us, they went to school, they are not educated. And that's why we are where we are today. But if you want to stand out as, I went to school and I'm very educated, you have to put on your thinking cap, your innovation cap, your visionary cap and say, no, I'm going to break through. And you will break through. Only if you can say the thing I'm saying, and we're going to talk briefly about it. Okay, now, we're talking about collaboration, which is the key. The networking, you can't do it alone, you have to network. If the first speaker did not network, we will not have sold 2 million. So you have to come out. You have to really come out and know what your mates are eating. Okay, like I saw Kuli there, my usual self. I would have taken maybe 6. I ordered it in boxes in those days. So now, you can't eat much. So, you know what I mean? So that is the market we're talking about. So we're talking about honesty. Now, the first thing before you go into the business, the partners, okay, I cannot do it alone. I want to be selling Gary. Okay, let me talk to you. Okay, let me talk to you. Can we work together? Do you align? I was listening to somebody yesterday and said marriages are not working out because people don't know, they don't know what they want before they marry. You understand why? And I always tell my children, I say, whatever you're looking for in a man, ask yourself, can I give it to him? So, in your business, if you know that you cannot work with this person, you cannot be honest, don't go near this person. Let the do pass the do it themselves. So those are the things you have to consider. We're looking at the character, we're looking at the attitude first before we now start the business. So we'll look at that. Then the like minds. Those are the way forward. The first one you have to really think about. Okay, I have something. How many of my friends can I work with? Are they open? Are they serious-minded? If I tell them, if I'm investing 2 million and say, okay, everybody do 2 million, can they work the way I work? If you don't do that, you'll be frustrated and your money is gone. So, we look at that. Then, when you're talking about farming, the most important thing people talk about farming in Nigeria is go and plant. But the land that we're using, we started on 30-acre land, 2009 in the Weko local government. But as age is coming on, my husband could not be driving in and he doesn't like to be driver. He wants to drive his car himself. Let's move forward. So we moved very close there, Orilemo. Orilemo is just 5 acre land. But you know what shocked me when we got there? There's nothing you're looking for on that farm that you can see. We bought the farm. We've not even started planting because we are organic animal farmers. That's what we do, animal production. Any type of birds and things like that, we pack ranch and the rest. But what I'm trying to say is, we said this, our parents are illiterate, but they are educated. On the farm, there's cocoa. If you get to that area now, and you need mango, during the mango season, I think it's only our farm and one of my mentees, that one at Seven Japan, that has it. Every other thing that we cut down. So what am I trying to say? No, we planted some, but we met some there. We met cocoa, so many things. Even cola nuts, bitter cola, and they were still farming. But when the westernization that we went to school, the school that we went to now said, if you want to plant, clear everything. And that's when our problem started. The land became degraded, there's no erosion, and there's no, there are gullies everywhere, most especially people from the east can say that. Because we have eroded the environment. So if you want to be a good farmer, if you want to, there's something that I don't want to go back to them, because they said about branding, they said about agro-business, so let me just do it and say, okay, I want to be a farmer. I want to have my farm. Because like me now, when I open my window every morning, no, by 4:30, the bird will come and sing for me. Every day. I'm even trying to record the bird. And when I open my window like this, it's green. I don't see any other thing. It's green. Fruit trees. Even I had to cut some because they were already entering into the window. So it's not that somebody is saying what is not living or what is not living. You have to be what you are. So when everywhere you go to, I want to be a farmer. But and that is why I showed you that one, branding. So what are we planting? So we've done agroecology. Agroecology, you know what it means? You have in between your cassava. Okay, like you have 10 acres of land, you now share it into, okay, this one will be there, this will be mango, this will be orchard for this variety of fruit. Like you showed us the purple. In case you plant cassava minimum is 9 months. Do you understand what I'm saying? 9 months. So between the planting and the end of the planting, 9 months, what are you going to feed on? Well, mango season is coming. It's natural. God has, sometimes I just speak and say, God, why are we like this? Mango will come. Coconut, forget it. 3 years, you have the ones for 3 years. You don't need much. So those ones are the natural gift that God is going to give you with your sweat of cassava, of corn, of beans, of this. And I tell the educated people that you cannot rival with the illiterate. You are still sleeping, 7 o'clock. These guys are already on the farm 4 a.m. What are you talking about? You can't compete with them. So that is where the agri-business come in. That, okay, Baba, okay, he plants cassava soil. Let me collect. Baba, this is the specification for my garden. That's what I said that I'm planning to send it to, start sending it to Kenya. Because some of my friends from Kenya came and I gave it, they don't even know it. They say, oh, Olinka, I drink Gary every day. Because when you get the fermented Gary and you are coming from it, so I don't need to go into it. God bless you. Clap for yourselves. Excellent. So that's what we're talking about. We're talking about biodiversity. Biodiversity as a farmer, they told you about the agri-business, so I don't want to go into that. But let's talk about I want to farm. And now you can farm smart, he said it. And because you are farming does not mean you cannot relate to the other farms. Okay, you have purpose. Can I shock you, like you rightly said, I was in Eboma. For every household, who has been to Eboma before? For every household, man, can you attest to it? You see purple and more. The same thing with Benue. But here, with friends, we both shop. Who is buying the shop now? You said sick people. Sick people who never shop, tired. And we saw the same thing. Because we went to school, we're not educated. If you start your business today, tomorrow somebody is taking it over. Because there's no innovation. We don't think. And that's the problem with this. Okay, now quickly, we're talking about biodiversity so that you can have different things on your farm. Like now, in organic system, people come with organic fertilizer and you never bought it. And we can never buy it. Why? Just have your small animals that will give you. Like the most important animals that can give you immediate action, goats and rabbits. As they are growing, just put it. Go and see. You will have fantastic results. But you don't need much. Just the one that will keep you. That somebody will not come and tell you and say, come and buy my organic fertilizer, 9,000. So these are the things that we need to really open our eyes to. We need biodiversity. Then when we're talking about biodiversity, the soil health ecosystem. So somebody wrote, I saw it on somebody's status, I've not seen dragonfly for years. Even butterflies, I say, wow. If not because you are finding love, you have invited it to my garden. You have lots of it. Even sometimes they want to open it, they enter into my city and say, you know this dragonfly, are you there? You know, we talk to nature. Okay, this is and you can just show it to them while they just look at it while they listen to it. So we've spoken about that one. Organic farming, that's under agroecology. Organic farming, usage of chemicals. People don't know. Now, can we talk about ginger? Who is buying ginger? Who has seen 200 naira ginger again? Because their land has been saturated with chemicals. But they cannot see it out. I'm telling you the truth. I've gone to conferences with the malams, the big wigs. They will tell you, but if no urea and what's the second one? Urea and NPK. They don't buy. They put organic. They don't buy. But all the microbes, the micronutrients have been depleted. Now we are facing it. And you see, it's because we are not serious in the southwest. If you buy anything from the north, put it on your table. Within 2 days, if you don't use it, what happened? Brought it. I brought, I think it's there. This is cucumber. This is the 3rd month it's an organic cucumber. This is guava. No chemical. So you can imagine if you have this one, just about 1 plot of guava. When we were selling, we sell 300. They don't have it. They don't price it. So these things are really possible. But for you to enjoy agriculture, there must be biodiversity. You are not just the one way. You are planting your cassava, but when people get to your farm, madam, this is avocado season. Do you want trailer or truck? Oh, guys, can you please bring it? How do you want it? Oh, this is agbalumo. Is it trailer or train? But your cassava is still there. So don't let us mess up with ourselves. When people say Nigeria is not good, I say Nigeria is good. We need to change our orientation. You have to begin to teach your children as well. When my daughter was getting married, I told her I'm going to give a garden, a small garden to say, I've done enough. The day she ran down with her husband, we need pots, we need this, we need that. What happened now? When she bought ugu, within hours, the thing has been smelling. I've never eaten. My son will tell me categorically, Mommy, I don't eat nothing. People are buying a wood and they filming. Is that sense in it? Because you grew up inside nature. And we cannot do it. And it's so easy now because you don't even need the soil again. You have soilless, and so many other things. And that's what we're talking about. There must be diversity. When, okay, like this farm now, where we are now, if they had to use coconut to fence this place, you know how much more coconut? I was in ShopRite, I got coconut, I said, eh? So, that's what we're talking about. When it is organic, you have to preserve the land. And it is very easy. Like the waste, all the grasses, pack it in a place. Put the poo of goat or whatever, or even chicken. Leave it for 3 months. By the time you open it, it will be as dark as this. And that is organic. And if you put it in your soil, it will replenish it. So life is so easy with us. But when we're looking at, and the place too is not easy. They're just using us. It is well. All right now. So see, we're talking about conservation, how you can take care of your soil. No tilling. There are some things you can do that you don't even need to till the soil, talk less of destroying it. Because when you dig, it's fertile. If you have ever seen it, I know the builders, the architects, they will know. When you dig, so this God is just too wonderful. It's a scatter and you see different colors. But you begin to destroy it. And by the time you destroy the surface, the first one, that's what is done. So you need organic matter to enrich it. So we talk about building your soil. You can build your soil from waste, from food waste, from grasses, from hay, from so many things. So that is it all about it. That is a thing that we can do. And when you plant trees around you, it reduces erosion. People don't know. When you plant trees, the tree itself absorbs much water that's supposed to erode your soil and take charge of it. It's natural. You don't even need to be there. God has made it that way. But go and look at where erosion is taking over. Like what we had in Macaulay. No single tree. Lagos should have broken down. Thank God for Fashola. I tell people, if not that Fashola planted trees during that time, it would have been an epidemic. Because the oxygen, we all read biology now.
Yes, ma'am.
So those are the things. God has made it. It is either you like it or you don't like it. And whichever way you take is your choice. Alright. Then when we're talking about this, we're talking about planting this one. Have you thought about herbalism? Just more herbs for people. Like now, if you have ginger, tons of ginger, forget it, contact it, people will buy it. Even trailers. But yeah, we have the myth in the southwest. Ginger don't grow here. This one don't grow. Have you tried it? And that is education. You try it. Like you rightly said, start small. Small. When we start small, and say, this thing is growing, we don't expand. But all of us. Okay, then we now use horticulture. Horticulture is the fruit, aesthetics of horticulture. Those are the flower planter. I really want to price one plant. Hey, don't go there. People that are into aesthetics, when you touch one flower, with those people who are together, and if God wants to catch you, just go to Lekki. You touch one like this, madam, 130,000. What is this? Now food? But they're making their money. They are making real money. Even on your farm, you can create a space like that. So when you go, oh, this is lovely. What is the name of this one? This is this. Forget it, or you can make it if you know things in agriculture. So that is it. Then number 2, you have to be innovative. Innovation, vision, and technology. You have to think, okay, I cannot be using home. What do you want to use? See all our welders. See our Greek engineers. I don't know what they are teaching them. Me, I did not go to school. But when you ask them, they can't produce anything. I'm telling you. That India opened my eyes. I said, wow. I was just telling this thing. I said, this is one. These cattle that are here, they use it for biodynamics. And these are stark illiterate. The people we call illiterate. And when they use the waste of this thing, you see the buoyancy, the grains in their field. And now look at it that me, I go to school, I speak Oyibo, I don't know all these things. So these are the things that we need to open our eyes if we want to go into agriculture. Not every business we've discussed it, so I don't want to put my head into that. Then seed. Seed is very important. Seed is very, very key. Then mostly it is better you stay with your local seeds. Stay with your local seeds. Develop it and improve on it. There's a way you can do it and it will give you a result. Then when you are planting, like you rightly said, I cannot plant sweet corn now. Yes, you have to be focused. During the rainy season, if you grow anything like that, you are competing with the farmers that do not go to school. They are educated and do not go to school. You are competing with that. And that is why you need the technology, and the technology is efficient communication. So if you know you don't have it, and you want to go into farming, and this is why collaboration is very key. So when you pull resources together, but all of you must be on the farm. Don't say you are working for somebody, because I think it's the worst. You can take somebody's money, anything can happen. Mostly in animal production. Your bird flu can come and clear everything. Fish, the same thing with animals. Virus can just enter you. Somebody's money. What will you run to? So those are the things. The mechanization, you cannot buy a tractor yourself. That is why it is very good. Then you have to be a cooperative. Cooperative helps. You can register, maybe women alone, you register under women, whatever, and if it is with the men, you register with the Federal Ministry of Women and whatever. They have so many opportunities. And even your age, between 18 and 35 now, government is really focusing on you with that. The government is really focusing on you. Go to the ministry, go and ask questions. Don't be in your comfort zone. You have to go out. And you have to research. You have so many. You know it now. Chat box is there. Even me where I don't sit here, I said, this must be. You know? That one is there. There is there. Meta is there. This video, Google is there. So you can do so many things. And that is why you are not a school goer. When you can talk confidently, what are you talking about? Nigeria is a blessed nation. It's only the school goers that but you went to school, no, me, I'm educated. Because, so me that way. Do you have a vision? What is the vision in the next 10 years? Tell me. Okay, you are not married now. What is your vision in the next 60 years when you are retired? You ask yourself questions. The house I'm living, it was when I was courting my husband, I told you, baby, you want to marry me. Don't buy one plot of land, because I will do ED. I cook with firewood. I will rear chicken. Even in rented apartment, I did it. So one penny. When they were telling me, one plot, you don't want to. This girl will pack her things and go. So you must have the vision. So the vision is what will now propel you. It will be about butterfly in you jumping. I have this vision. When and you will see God will open heavens for you. Don't ever think that what? My help cannot come. Help is all over you. And that is why I said your honesty, trustworthy, your attitude will take you to what to do. Okay, I'm almost finishing. Just a few more. Mechanization, we've spoken about that one. It's very important. The drones and everything. The development of simple but effective farm. Simple but very effective. When you get to your farm, it's very simple. But people don't know what is there. You have herbs there. Somebody called me and said, do you have dandelion? If you have, just one plot. And when you come out again. So there are some secrets. Somebody may call you, do you have to sell? And you have just one plot can fetch you tons of money. But everybody is looking for the castle. And when you plant it, like planting it today, by let's say 30 days, you start harvesting. So when we know all these things, you can go into it, but you have to be smart with it, as they rightly said. Then the market is very, very important. As we are starting, like me, I use now to market it. I never get the product. Okay. I sell are you interested? I need it, please, next week. So that next week, what do? You run the market, quickly produce, you take the first money, and that one will continue to grow. So that is just it. Then the value chain. The value chain is one again. The processing, you can process, you can package. So it will not be directly to the farm, to the market. I mean the open market. So you have your niche of people that buys from you. Do you understand what I'm saying? All right. Thank you. Then trade agreements. Maybe you're going regional. I went for a conference in Ghana, and they split us into so many, the way they normally do. The way it goes. Sorry for that. So the man, John Hansen, I can never forget his name, now gave us 3 circles. I think I was in trade. So he now said, the 3 circles. Let's say this is the circle. The smallest one, this one, and this big one. He said, this big one should be your national market. Develop your market. Nigeria is big, oh. Hey, where has this thing got into? You are in Lagos, I said you are not selling. So the regional, then followed by the regional, then the international. So we now said, why the international should come last? He said, you know what? That when you take international, the problem is what you're going to pay. And they will tell you that international will. So this is the national. This is regional. And this is international. You know why? They will tell you here we want grade A, and you are shipping it by sea. By the time it gets here, from A, and you are already calculating the price of what? By the time it gets there, what does it become? It becomes C. Number one, they are most likely to reject what you have sent them because it's ignoring specifications. Then number two, what your agent will collect from you. Then 3, will you send back? That is why the police party, when they are bringing anything from anywhere and you get to Lagos, that's why they say Lagos, they eat cheap things now. Do you want to take it back? They are not. So it's simple with the international market. So you have to be very careful when you're doing it. It's very, very key. Then environmental problems, the climate change is there. We're seeing it. But I tell people climate change has been with us for a very long time. If you want to go into farming, you have to look at the weather. You have to study it. I know when this will be taught. Even my children, the smallest one, they know. Because we always study it. When to plant, you will know. And when to use your irrigation, you will know. So those are the things. And when to compress your farm, you must know that it's not big. By November now you have to compress. I said, okay, I'm going to plant only ugu or just half a plot. And you make your money. But how do you maintain 10 acres of ugu from December to April? Even with irrigation, you're going to spend a lot. So these are the key things that we have to put into consideration. Then we have the crop insurance, and insure you. Those are the things. Then irrigation, we said about that. The climate is very important. You have to study it, and you have to be on top. You do research, you listen to information. It's very, very key. Then now we're talking about government. Because people say, what will government do? No, let's come off it. Let's come off it. We really need to put the people that have the passion and the love of the people. The first problem I see with farming or agriculture in Nigeria is security. When we were going, you can move from anywhere to anywhere. But now, even if you are not careful on your farm, so what are we talking about? You are paying your taxes. So why should we not be secure? So number one major thing that we need the government to do is security, infrastructure. If this road is good, if I give Madam ideas today, before next year, this place will grow. But who will come here? When we were coming, and say, this road, and it's for everybody. It's a peculiar problem that will happen, and nobody is ready to change. So we need from the government, we need security, number one, we need infrastructure, we need the road, we need electricity. If those things are there, I'm telling you, I can live in the village, I can live in any village, because you will see, when you are in nature, oh my my goodness, you are not feeling me. I don't think you are feeling me. No. This lady is not feeling me because you sure? Where nature is. Where nature is. When you see the river, when you see, it's not fishing. When you see vegetables, when you have combination of 10, 20 vegetables in your pot, when you are talking of that green, you know they chop that green for Lagos. Who knows the whole? So these are the things we needed. Then production and processing. Then now you are in Apple. Will you go and use your money to buy the bit of 1.8 million? Excuse me. That is where you need collaboration within yourself. This is what government is supposed to give to us in incubator centers. So that people will go and say, I want to try this one. You take it there, you package it, you brand it. Within ourselves, we don't even need all this imported. I went to somebody's house. If you see imported, you know, buy you. Leave that the day they will know. You are blessed. Just say, I am blessed. I am blessed to be a Nigerian. So lastly, we're talking about extension services. Sorry, I'll be off now. Extension services. We have so many research institutes. What are they doing? You see research institutes, you say, come and pay 35,000. How to plant clinic for 9 or 10 calls. And you want the students to go, that you did not train them from primary school about agriculture. Now they now say, okay,